So my internet was absolutely horrible for like the last few days, so I couldn't record any Northwind videos until eventually I just went like, okay, fine, we're getting the big guns. So after praying, I have internet now. It's not perfect. I still get disconnected, but you know, I was actually able to travel to Rupert. Anyways, starting off, we're heading towards this SLC fort here to get badges as a native. We notice another guy over there. These guys start shooting at us. They don't hit their shots at all. We're also using fire arrows now because apparently fire arrows, I used to use wooden arrows to train, but what I didn't realize is that fire arrows they're a different playstyle because you have to ignite each individual one instead of just shooting it at any time you feel like it. Then we get disconnected, which, you know, the first disconnect in 30 minutes, that is like insanely good for the internet I've been having recently. So, you know, that's pretty great. Then I noticed this guy on the hill. I realize he's not an SLC, but I aim at the SLC, so I start shooting at them, which here I'm not really going to be able to hit many consecutive hits because of just how long range it is. But because they're fire arrows, they do so much damage for each arrow that hits that it's really good for those. We also noticed this guy. I don't know what he's doing here, just trying to run all the way back to his troops. He's not going to make it very far after we get him, and then that's the second fire arrow. That's another thing, is that fire arrows are really powerful. So we also, I've been told that you should disarm them first by taking away all their things. I can't disarm everything because then I'll just get encumbered. But before we claim the badges, we disarm them to prevent them from like coming back and just obliterating us. We also like start teaming with the guys who are raiding the fort because I noticed there's a very big group raiding the fort, which, you know, if we play this right, we can profit a lot of SLC badges off of it. So, you know, it's medium quality. I probably hit the wrong guys at least a few times because I can't tell who's SLC and who isn't. Probably like the worst idea is like the people who expect other people to help them will dress up like an SLC, and then they'll like go and with the SLC, and they'll look like the SLC while they're melee battling with the SLC, so you can't tell who's the SLC. Which, I mean, they probably weren't expecting random people to just run out and help. Anyways, also here's another base tour from this guy's house. I don't know who it is. I just found a random house while I was bandaging and running away from a chasing group of SLC. There's just a random house here with a safe, a door, some beds. They have a gun on the table as well. So, you know, if you like this house, it's here in Nigel's Cove apparently, or in between them, who knows. Anyways, we grab some free fire arrows, and then we go back to fighting. At which point I realize I'm shooting at the wrong guys here, so then I start shooting at that guy. I didn't realize he was not an SLC yet. I realize this guy is the not SLC, so I start moving towards him. And then I head up to these guys to start claiming their badges. But then the other guy shoots me, and then he attacks me, which, you know, that wasn't supposed to. Somebody else revives me, and then they kill this guy. I can't tell if this guy's SLC or if he isn't. Though we get another badge. However, the thing is, we get shot here, and then after that we get shot again while trying to dodge their bullets. So we spawn back at the native camp, and thankfully, because we had actual people protecting us, we got to keep the badges and reclaim them. Now they're kind of like just obliterating the fort here, which I thought, okay, well, we gotta get close to get badges. What I didn't realize is that when the SLC are in safe zone, they can still attack you. So, you know, it's kind of not great because now you're in a safe zone and they can attack you while they're in the safe zone. So that kind of sucks. I also come back for attempt 3 at getting SLC badges. This guy is in the boat. I hit him with 2 fire arrows, but he jumps into the water again. We hit him with another fire arrow and finally get him, though he starts like sliding off the boat. He doesn't have a badge either, so we get some of the stuff to disarm him. We can't really revive him. Then we walk into the fort and we see a bunch of people just sitting there, which, you know, that's not great, so we just go and hide behind the fort. They all rush out the other side. They go back in. Attempt 2, we try to get in. We notice there's still a bunch of them there. They miss a shot, and then we run back to the same side of the fort again. This time, though, because we didn't have our snowshoes on, we're a little slower, meaning that they're actually gonna see us when we get to the edge here. So we go over here. They go back into the fort for some reason. I really can't explain these guys' behavior. This is SLC for you. Then they start rushing up to the walls, I realize, so I start running away. And then they jump up and they start trying to hit their shots. But of course, being SLC, most of their shots miss. So, you know, it's kind of just like a bunch of people trying to hit a target, but they're all not great at hitting targets. So, you know, then after we finally run for a little bit, we get behind a rock so that we can regenerate our stamina. So I'm pretty sure they've all shot every single gun they had, unless there's like another guy that I didn't notice the first time. Then we shoot some arrows at them, but we miss. And we shoot another arrow, well, we try to, then our gun, or our bow just decides not to shoot, so we just keep running. Then we take off the shoes to get our bonus from running on the shore. However, the thing about this thing here is that we're almost out of stamina, and these guys shoot us, and then we finally die. Though we get disconnected, like, in the process of being dead, so, you know, we still have combat tag, even though the combat's technically over. Then we head back in here, and we don't see anybody here. This time we're in the fort, so we go around. We find somebody at the spawn this time. So after they leave, we head into their base. We loot a bunch of the stuff in their base, because this is what you do. This is also their spawn point, so, you know, don't actually use this. We also found a paper just to prove we were in there. You really don't want to be in the spawn point at any random time. We also ambush a random guy who's just sitting here. We grab some more free stuff. They have some metal bolts, apparently. They don't have a crossbow, though, so I don't understand how that works. We also got a private first class badge. And we head back to our good friend Jean-Paul Cartier and turn in our 3rd badge today. We also get some contracts that we needed. That's it for this video. If you want to see me go capture badges as colonists disguised as an SLC, you can try that. I also did some battles with like actual people as well as a colonist. You can go watch those, or you can go do homework or something. Anyways, goodbye.